Hello, hello. Good evening, champions. I hope you're all doing super fine. This is Enos Salema coming to you live from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, the land of Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa. I had to say that because recently we've been seeing a video by Steve Harvey on his show, and he was saying that Mount Kilimanjaro is in Kenya. And I was like, really, guys? Why you guys keep stealing a lot of Kenya steals a lot of things from Tanzania. Now they're even stealing our mountain, but we're not gonna let them go through with that. So we're gonna fight back. Awesome. So thank you all very much for tuning in. I hope you're all settled and ready for the training. And you know what's so exciting about this training is apart from the fact that we'll be talking about one of the most important thing, I think I'm more excited because we'll have engagement with all of you who are in here, because the subjects that we're going to talk about, it's something that I believe most of you are already practicing it very, very well. So it's not really something brand new. So we will have an opportunity to hear a lot from a number of you. And we're going to be talking about retailing today, retailing. And let me just say, retailing is a big subject. And you know, the aim with these trainings is not just to kind of give you an idea of what needs to be done, or just kind of brush through so that we put a tick and say we've already trained people on retailing. No, the idea is to read deeper. So this will be a series. This is not going to be a once-off training. I'd sent a message that we're going to have different FBOs sharing how they actually do their activities. We are going to go deeper into those activities, and definitely we cannot do justice to go through all those things within 1 hour. So today we're going to do part of it, and then next week we're going to do more and more and more, like the way we did last month. We went through recruiting. We started with the training by Milentina from Romania, who trained vastly on how to have a powerful profile, how to make sure your account is powerful so that you can attract people. And then I came in and I trained about how to have endless number of prospects, how to never run out of people to talk to. And then we went deeper and we trained on how to actually start those conversations with people. We trained on closing deals with people. We trained on follow-up. And last week, we talked about 7-day plan and how to put it all together. All right. So it was a series. Which kind of went through each and every part when it comes to recruiting. So we're going to have more or less the same structure for this month, and we're going to start with retailing. And retailing is super important. It's crucial. It's vital. Very, very important. And I cannot underemphasize the need. I cannot overemphasize the need for retailing. And to start with, why retailing is important? Because it is one of the very important activity that touches most areas on our 4 core. For those who are new, 4 core are the 4 essentials, are the 4 key things, are the 4 principles, are the 4 cornerstones of our business. The 4 things that we ought to observe every time as we are building our business. If you want to have a great business, if you want to have a business that is stable, if you want to maximize on forever, you need to observe the 4 core. And the 4 core covers recruitment. We need to recruit, and covers retention. We need to retain the people that we recruit. And then it covers productivity, which is to make sure the people that you have retained are actually productive. And then the final core is development, which is actually growing your team, which will automatically bring growth to you as well. So those are the 4 core. Now looking at retailing, why I say retailing is super important, because retailing actually will assist. If you look at the 4 core, retailing is not mentioned anywhere, but actually retailing will assist in all the 4 core. Retailing will assist. Retailing is important in all the 4 core. Why do I say retailing is important? If you're not good at retailing, most of the times you'll have trouble recruiting. Why? Because one of the biggest questions that we get when we want to recruit people is, where will I sell my products? How can I sell? Where will I get customers? So if you don't have practical illustrations on how exactly someone can retail, your recruiting will be affected. Now, if you manage to recruit and you don't retail, and this is a monkey see, monkey do business, you know, people do what we do. They don't really do what we train. They don't really do what we coach. They do what we do. So if you don't retail, it means your team won't retail. And if they don't retail, most of the times they're going to quit the business, because it's the profit that they get from the retailing that will start to build the confidence. It's the profit that they'll get from the retailing that will start to bring the excitement and the belief in the business. And actually everybody joins forever to make money. So if someone gets in the business and makes zero kwacha, zero runs, zero Malawian kwacha, zero Namibian kwacha, forgive me for that, if makes zero up until the end of the month, waiting for the recruiting bonus, I mean, that's a big risk. We need to help people make money immediately. As a matter of fact, the first tip that I'll tell you, when you recruit someone, we are asked this a number of times, how do I keep my team? How do I keep my team? And I'll tell you, it's a number of things, but one of the major one is to help them make money. And if you can help them to make money within the first few days, you most likely you will retain that person. But another thing is, retailing will also help to improve productivity. What is productivity? Productivity is what your team can achieve without recruiting. Let me say that again. Productivity is what your team can achieve without recruiting. I want you to imagine if Forever says, okay, guys, that's it. No more recruiting in Forever. You're going to remain with your team. Tell me, what will ensure there's an income flowing into your account each and every month? It's only retailing. What will ensure that there are still CCs being done in your team? It's only retailing. Without retailing, we will have maybe some very petty CCs. So productivity goes up if your team is retailing. Now, if your team is retailing and also it's recruiting, and when they recruit, they retain the people, and they are also the people that are being retained are productive, then development will be inevitable. It will come. And most of the times we kind of over push on development. What do I mean by development? Development is moving up from assistant supervisor to supervisor, supervisor to manager, manager to ego manager, and so forth. All those are development. You know, qualifying for incentive, qualifying for the rallies and everything. All those are developments. Now, in order for development to happen, there has to be productivity in your team. There has to be retention, and there has to be recruitment. And retailing has the biggest impact on retention and productivity. So as an FBO, do not underestimate on how important retailing is to your business. And I'm not even gonna talk about how important retailing is as a way for you to make a small quick income to cater for some challenges here. And I'm not gonna talk about that part. I will talk about it a lot as we continue training, but I want you to envision a big business. A big business in Forever is a business which has got FBOs who are retailing. It's period. A big business in Forever is a business that has got FBOs who are retailing. A business, we cannot have a strong business. We cannot have stability in our business if our teams are not retailing. We cannot. So retailing is crucial. It's important. You know, you want to recruit people so that they can retail. You don't want to recruit them so that they can recruit. Let's be clear with that. You don't want to recruit people so that they can recruit. You want to recruit people so that they can retail, and they will also recruit. But if they don't retail, it means you are really passing on there a very, very inefficient, unethical, I would say, a very, very poor and bad culture in your team, the culture of not retailing. And then I've seen this happening at some point whereby people are only focusing on recruiting, and they completely forget retailing. So they're only recruiting, they bring people in the business and they say, don't worry, you don't need to worry about finding customers. You just use all these products and look for more people that can join, and that way we'll all grow. Now, we all know that will not be duplicable. That will not help you to build a strong, stable business. So retailing is crucial. It's vital. And that's why we're going to spend a couple of weeks talking about strategies and ideas on how you can become a good retailer, how you can master retailing, how you can master retailing 4CCs, because that's the aim. We want you to be able to retail 4CCs. I really don't want to say effortlessly, but I want to say we want you to make sure you have mastered retailing 4CC. That's such that you never ever worry about how will my 4CCs come, because you know exactly what you need to do in order to achieve that. And throughout this month, we'll be having people in Zambia, in Malawi, in Namibia, in Southern Africa, in Tanzania, FBOs from different parts sharing on how exactly they master retailing, how exactly they've become good salespeople, because it's crucial. Now, how many would like to achieve this? How many would like to be so good at selling such that they can even sell ice to an Eskimo? How many would love to achieve that? You know, how many would love to be that good on sales? How many would like to, there are people who say, you know what, Enos, I can sell anything, bro. You give me anything, you give me sand, package it nicely, I'm gonna sell it, And I'm gonna bust your bubble here a little bit. You don't want to be a type of a salesperson that wants to sell ice to an Eskimo. You don't want to be that type. You want to be a type of a person that will actually sell firewoods to an Eskimo. You don't want to be a type of a salesperson that's manipulative, that will do whatever it takes to make sure that you get the money and not even caring about what the customer really wants or what the customer really needs. You don't want to be that type of a salesperson. And you know why most of the time salespeople are hated? I mean, how many of you today, if you're sitting in an office and then the receptionist or the front desk in your office, they call you and they say, Mr. So-and-so, there's someone here from a certain sales company would like to meet you. How many of you get excited and say, hey, I'm going to meet a salesperson? Probably no one. Probably no one. Now, why are salespeople hated? Because of this. Salespeople, we want to sell ice to an Eskimo. That's why salespeople, we are hated. That's why it's considered like it's a career for people who don't really care, for people who are just driven by the profits. And you don't want to position yourself that way. And most of the times when you position yourself that way, you will actually find yourself selling very, very, very little, very, very little. So I do understand and I do respect all those who said, me, I'm here. I know you had good intentions that you want to be good at sales, but I want to put the first caution. If you want to be good at sales, never try to sell ice to an Eskimo. Don't try to do that. I mean, sell ice to the guys in the desert there who are terrified by the heat, So you need to be always asking yourself, after you have had a transaction with a customer, how does the customer live? Is the customer happy or is the customer frustrated after they're done making the purchase? How many times have you gone to a store, you bought something, and then by the time you got home, you're like, oh no, why did I even buy this? Wasted my money. I wish I never entered that shop. You don't want your customers to have such an experience with you, because we are in a relationship building business. And as an FBO, in order for you to retain your customers, which is crucial, which is very important, you have to make sure every person that you engage with, when they leave, they're happy. And later on, they should remain happy because you're following up on them. You're making sure they're using the product effectively. You don't want them to be stranded somewhere. You want to be there for them. You want to be that type of a salesperson. And it's crucial, it's important, and it's vital that we grow and develop and become such kind of salespeople. Now, why is it so important to learn retailing? Why is retailing so important? Why is it important? And I'll tell you, the first reason is, in order for you to be a legit network marketing business, an MLM company, you need to retail. You must retail. You need to have customers. Any network marketing company which does not have customers, it is not a legit network marketing company. It is nothing more than a pyramid scheme. If you meet anybody and they say, you know what, come to our company, you don't have to sell, that's the first reason for you to run away from that person. What do you mean you don't have to sell? That means you guys are only making money through recruiting. And if you're only making money through recruiting, it means that you're running a pyramid scheme. In order for you to be a legit network marketing company, you need to have customers. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you something. One of the reasons why network marketing companies get shut down is when they fail to show proof that they have customers. And it's one of the reasons why Forever had to adjust its marketing plan to make sure that they have customers that they can actually show to the authorities. That's why we have novice customers, and which will later on be changed to preferred customers. Because if I, as Enos, I'm in Dar es Salaam, if I'm selling my products to my neighbor here, and Forever, the trade authorities or whatever, they approach Forever globally and say, okay, Forever, we see you selling a lot of products. Can you show us proof who are your customers? Do you have any customers? They'll have almost nothing to show. And that's why now they've introduced preferred customers and novice customers, because they need to have customers. And so if you meet anyone who is doing multi-level marketing and they are telling you that we don't have customers, we don't have to sell, most of the time such companies is because they're very lousy products, so they can't really stand on the importance of having products. And one of the strengths that we have in Forever is our amazing products. So we need to retail, guys. We need to retail. But again, retailing, as I had mentioned prior, retailing will help you with retention. Because if there is no retailing, then there is no retention. You cannot retain your team if they do not retail. I can tell you for a fact, you cannot retain your team if they're only recruiting. Recruitment is very important for growth. Retailing is important for business maintenance, keeping the business, retailing. And that's why we need a balance of both recruitment and retailing. You know, building a successful Forever business is, it's like building a house. You know, you can't build a good house by just having good bricks, no. Or you can't build a good house by just having very good cement, no. You need the right ratio and the right combination of the cement, of the bricks, and then everything that's involved in building that house. And that's how retailing becomes very crucial in our business, because without retailing, you cannot retain your team. But also, retailing gives you that assurance of an income. Retailing gives the assurance of income. Continuous income will only come if your team retails. Imagine someone who has a team that has mastered to retail 4 CCs. This is just a supervisor who has 3 assistant supervisors who have mastered to retail 4 CC. It means this supervisor is sitting on 12 CCs each and every month without having to recruit. As a matter of fact, if these people have mastered retailing, then they probably have repeat customers, you know, they have already channels that they can use to market their product. It's like they are assured of such sales. Those are CCs that you get in. We normally say effortlessly, but I don't want to say that because I know there's effort involved there. But I want you to get the point and the importance here of why we need to retail, guys. Because if you take retailing lightly, then you won't invest your time to master retailing. And if you want to invest your time to master retailing, you won't invest your time to coach your team to master retailing. And if you don't coach your team to master retailing, then that's it. You are done. You'll never have a stable business, because a stable business is a business that only comes from customers. If you want to know you have a business, you need to kind of track and ask yourself, how many of the CCs that are bought by my team, how many of those CCs are going to customers? Not used by FBOs. How many are going to customers? Because that's where the business is. If you have very few that are going to customers, then you know your business is at risk. Big risk. Anytime it can collapse. But also, retailing gives you the quickest, fast income. When someone joins, the fastest income you can make is on retailing. And at this point, I want to introduce, I want to not introduce per se, but I might mention a few names. But I just want to open up now the room for people to share some of special moments that they've had through retailing. I want you to share, maybe there was a time that you were kind of stranded with money and retailing rescued you. Maybe there's a time that you were kind of, things were not going well and you needed that extra income, and retailing came to the rescue, because retailing will give you that everyday income that you want to be making in your business. So I want to open the door here. If anybody can share any moment, I want to hear your testimonies, your stories on how retailing has been of a great assistance to you at some point. You know, tell me how has retailing helped you? Which day? Is there a day that maybe you really needed money and you didn't have money and then retailing helped you? Is there a day that your salary delayed and the only thing that could get you through was retailing? So I want to hear you, champions. The room now is open for you. Wow, I see we have people from Botswana here. That's exciting. Wow, wow. All right, all right. Okay, we have, I see a hand raised by Velia, all the way from Malawi. Congratulations, Velia. I know you're building your business in a very tough environment, no office in Malawi, but you're pushing. So I want to invite you, Velia. I'm trying to unmute you. You can unmute yourself as well so that we can hear your story. How was retailing? What point did retailing really become handy to you? You're welcome, Velia.
Thank you, Enos. Actually, every time I listen to your presentation, I get motivated and it pushes me to do more. But the topic is really interesting to me, and I'm nearly shedding tears. And I've been rescued by retailing, but I will share an incident that just happened yesterday. I'm building a small house somewhere, and it is nearly being finished. So all my resources have already gone into that building. So yesterday in the morning when I passed by that place, I had no money. I had no kwacha in my pocket. And when I went there, you know, the builders, they were all looking for money, but I had literally nothing. Even I couldn't even afford to give them money for lunch. I felt sorry for myself. I was literally broke, but not knowing what the day would be like. So I just told them to say, we shall meet in the afternoon. I went into my office. I was there. I couldn't even walk quick. I had no energy to concentrate on anything else. I stayed in that mood until 11 hours. At 11, I remembered that I had nothing on my status. So I said, hey, look, I'm an FBO, but I haven't opened my shop. So to me, whenever I'm not doing anything, like I don't have any status on Facebook, any status on WhatsApp, I regard myself that I've closed my shop. So around 11 yesterday, I said, but my shop is closed. Let me open my shop while I'm thinking of where I will get money next. Honestly, at the moment, I don't want to go and borrow money from anyone else. So I had put a tooth gel. Actually, that's the advert I had put on my WhatsApp status. When I did that, around midday, somebody responded to my status and then say, hey, I'm looking for a perfume. I said, no problem, I can come and deliver. So I went out of my office to deliver to deliver the perfume. When I was going to deliver the perfume, I didn't know that this person could pay me cash, because usually I give them products and then we agree to get payment like at the end of the month. So all I wanted was to deliver the product. But when I went there, this person bought 2 perfumes for men, and one for men, one for women, and also Gentleman's Pride. I was happy that I had made those sales. The next moment, this person said, let me pay you. And she paid me cash. I shed the tears. You know, the guys at my construction site, they were looking just a little amount of money. But here by midday, I had found enough money to pay them and also enough money to buy some cement. So I was happy the whole afternoon. But then when I was happy, I was shedding tears because I couldn't believe what this business can do. And in fact, I'll share the big testimony later. This building is emanating from the sales I'm making from forever. So for me, retailing is really something that can rescue us. I just want to encourage everyone who is listening to me to say retailing is really powerful. As long as we are willing to go out there and open our shops, whenever we are working, whenever we are, we should make sure that our shop is open, our business is open. But when we are just idle, no WhatsApp status, nothing. We can't retail. Actually, what happened to me yesterday, I had advertised a toothpaste, a tooth gel. But people are not looking for the specific product we are advertising. Whenever we are advertising, what we should know is we are telling our customers that, hey, I'm here an FBO, I'm here a forever business owner. I've got all the products you're looking for. So these people will reply to our statuses, or these people will call us, not necessarily for the product we've advertised, but for some other product. So this is my short testimony I want to share with you. Thank you very much, Enos.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Velia. Thank you so much. I mean, that was very, very, very powerful and touching as well, because sometimes we kind of overlook on the little things, but we all know it's always the little things that hurt us the most. It's always the little things that bite us. I think it was Darren Hardy who said, probably no one has ever been bitten by an elephant, but almost everybody has been bitten by a mosquito. So thank you very much for that story. And I really want to encourage and invite anybody else. I see a couple of hands here, so I want to believe they are all towards sharing a story at some point in your forever experience whereby retailing came to the rescue. What happened? What was the issue? What was the challenge? How did retail come to the rescue? I see there is Vanessa here. Vanessa Mubita, you have risen your hand. I'm trying to unmute you. You can share. You can unmute yourself now. Then you can share with us your story. How has actually retailing helped you? Okay, Vanessa. Okay, maybe you. Okay, let me go to another person then. I see Christine. I see Christine here has risen her hand. Christine, I'm unmuting you, and then you can share with us your story. How has retailing helped you? At what point did retailing come to a rescue? Christine, are you ready? Okay, I'm not sure if Christine is ready here or not. Hello, Christine, we can hear you. Okay. Maybe your hand went up by mistake. Okay. I also see Techno Spark 4. You've also raised your hand. Since there is no name, I'm also unmuting you. And if anybody else has got a story that you want to share on retailing, on how retailing came to the rescue at some point, you can, I would love to hear your story. I know you all have a lot of stories, but you're probably wondering, is my story inspiring enough? Maybe because Velia's story was so heart-touching. No. Every story is powerful. So don't hold it back. Don't hold it back. All right. Okay, let me just lower all hands, and then if somebody wants to speak can raise their hands again. So if you have a story you want to share, you can either raise your hand there, or you can put it on the chat box, and then I'll unmute you. I'll unmute you, and then you can share your story so that we hear how has retailing helped you. All right, how has retailing been of benefit to you? Okay, because we need to retail. And why am I spending all this time talking about the importance of retailing? Because if we don't know why we need to do something, most of the times we fail to achieve that. And I believe in the golden circle. If you've read the book Starting with Why by Simon Sinek, the golden cycle, you need to think why, you need to think what, you need to think how. So we have talked quite a bit right now about why it's important to retail, and it's crucial that you get it right in your mind why it's important to retail. Because if you don't have strong reasons why, when we come to the point where we start to talk about the how and the what, they will all seem like a lot of work, or you'll not be able to be consistent. So that's why it's crucial, right? Okay, I see Barbara here has raised her hand. Barbara, I've unmuted you. You can finish up the unmuting on your side, and then we'll be able to hear you. All right, Barbara, you can come through right now. All right, Barbara, you're welcome.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, good evening.
You can get me?
Yep.
Okay. Aish. It has, okay, it does help me almost every day. You know, for me, I've told myself that I have to be a super mom
Mm.
for my children. And
Mhm.
you know, kids always want something.
Mm.
They say, no, we want pizza, we want this, we want that.
Mm. Mm.
So retailing really helped me
Mm.
to be a super mom. So I
Mm.
make sure that, like Velia said, is it Velia? Yeah,
Mhm.
I make sure that I open my shop
Mhm.
every day. And before sleeping, I need to open my shop so that I find inquiries the next morning. So retailing is very, very important to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a super mommy.
Wow. God.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Congrats. Congrats. Can you cite any specific day where you felt like, wow, today retailing has really made me a super mom?
Today,
Today? Okay.
actually, yeah. Today, babe, what happened? Okay, yeah, he's just reminded me that today,
Okay.
actually, you know,
Okay.
I was so, we were so broke, like, you know,
Mhm.
where, not really, you know what I mean, where you don't have money, things are just, you know, very slow. Then
Mm.
someone just called me to, someone called me, a client, someone who bought some stuff last week, some supplements.
Okay.
That this was around 7 when
Okay.
I just woke up.
Wow.
Then he was like, "Do you have aloe vera gel?" Like,
Mm.
yes, I do. You know, I didn't really take him seriously
Mm.
because it was too early in the morning.
Mm.
I was like, probably he will come later.
Mm.
Then he was like, "I'm coming now.
Okay. Wow.
I'm
Wow.
coming now." So, okay.
Yeah.
Then he came and he bought
Yeah.
cash.
Wow.
And I was so excited before even hubby left for work. I was like, look, I have
Mm.
money
Wow.
early morning.
Mm.
And it was amazing, you know. Then I saw about the day just started very
Mm.
well.
Mm.
People started asking for aftershave. I did a video some few weeks ago.
Okay.
So I saw the six gentlemen's pride,
Wow.
you
Wow.
know.
Wow.
So
Right.
today was an amazing day,
Wow.
and I'm smiling.
Now I can feel that. I can feel that. And too bad I'm in Dar es Salaam. I mean, if I was in Zambia right now, today would have been the day for me to visit your home because I'm sure I would get a 5 course meal, not even a 3 course meal. So congrats, Barbara.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome,
Okay.
awesome. Great, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I know we have quite a bit more powerful stories, and I know there are more that can share. And let's keep really appreciating every step because we most of the times we take for granted what we actually have, and because of that we don't really maximize on it. But I've seen people that have bought cars through retailing. I've seen people that are completely taking care of their families through retailing. Because imagine if you are doing an ordinary traditional business, what income would you be having? Only one income, profit from retailing. And we are in forever right now, and we have an opportunity to get up to over 90% profit on everything that we sell. So let us not underestimate the amazing power that's there in our retailing. Now, Barbara, I've seen someone here requesting for the aftershave video because it is so difficult for her to sell. So I would suggest you can send a message to Barbara directly, and then you can connect with her, and she can manage to send it to you because she has no way of sending it here, right? Okay, so it's important, it's crucial with retail because if you don't retail, you miss out all of that. Now, here's the key part, leaders. When you have a team and your team is retailing, how many stories will you have in your team? How many amazing testimonies are you going to have in your team? If you have someone in your team that sold today an aloe vera gel and 6 gentlemen's pride, and that person meets someone in the streets, I'm introducing that person to another company and saying, you know what, in our company, we don't sell. The first one said, you don't sell? Run away from me, please, disappear, because all the money that we make through retailing is just crazy. It's huge. As a matter of fact, sometimes I even feel like, I think people are being over focusing on retailing because the money is good. I mean, the retailing profit itself can be enough to take care of each and everything. Now, how do you become a master retailer? And how do you maximize retailing? The first thing that you need to do is to connect your goals. Sorry, excuse the spelling error there. Connect your goals to the profit that you're going to make. And this is a crucial part. As a matter of fact, every time, if you want to maximize on forever, you always have to connect your goals with forever. If you want to recruit, you need to think about the recruiting bonus and connect that to your goals. If you want to retail, you need to think about the goals that you have and connect them to the profit. Now, I'll tell you, I retail, and I thank God because of the position that I have right now in Forever, Sapphire Manager, huge team. So we get a good bonus, and we thank God. We are way past the point where we run out of money here and there. So how do I get myself excited with retailing? Honestly, how do I get myself excited with retailing? This is what I do in our family. Because I do the business with my wife, and the bonus comes in. We call it a family. That's a family money. So if I want to have to do those things that are very personal, let's say I want to buy a watch, and the watch really, I shouldn't use family's money to buy me a watch. So what I do is I set goals, and I use my retail profit to buy me those, I would say, crazy luxury things that only matter to me. If I want to buy a nice wallet, I want to buy a pair of shoes. I know ladies understand me better there. If you have a big team and you're having big bonuses, and let's say you're doing business with your spouse, one of the things that you can do is you can set your own personal goals, the things that are only important to you, and then use the retail profit to achieve that. The phone that I'm using now, I bought it 100% with the retail profit. The phone that I'm using right now, 100% from the retail profit. And it felt good. Every month I would put aside some money, and then I bought the phone with the profit. And I'm not a crazy, huge, big retailer. I retail very, very average, 2-4 cc's a month. I'm not a 10-20 cc's retailer. And I know even retailing 2-4 cc's a month, I mean, if you channel that income well, it can do something important. So I want you to think about some of the goals that you have for 2020. And I want you to ask yourself, is there any goal that can be taken care of by retailing? Is there anything right now in your life that you feel like profits are enough to take care of that? I don't need to wait to get to manager. I don't need to wait for a bonus on the 15th. The profits that I make, I can take care of that goal just with the profits. Are there such, small achievable goals that don't require a lot of money that you can actually achieve with the profit? And if you can be focused and you can be disciplined, actually profits can do you big things. You've heard Velia here. She is finishing a house mainly from the profits. We have someone in the team who is actually who bought her car, which is worth about, maybe I would say $12,000, only cash with the profits only. So it's important that we connect the profits to the goals. It's crucial, it's vital, it's very important, because if you don't connect them, it will be very, very difficult for you to be able to be focused when you're working towards the activities that we're going to be sharing. We're going to share a lot of activities today on what you should do in order for you to be a master retailer. So connect your goals to the profits, okay? That's the first step you need to do. So tonight, before you sleep, list down all your goals, monthly goals, 2020 goals, and identify the goals that can just be easily taken care of by the profits. If you're in a family, ladies, you don't have to use your bonus, for buying yourself those expensive things which only make sense to you and not your spouse. Use the profits, because that's the money, like it's your personal sweat money. So you feel free to, if my wife sells something, that's a personal sweat, she can do whatever she wants, but the rest of the money, we have to sit down and budget and plan and blah, blah, blah. If I sell something, she won't even know that I sold, because I might finish all the money there. I might do whatever I want with the money. So connect your profit with the goals. Now let's go a step further. Now that you have got your goals and you know retailing is important, where do you start? I want to share a few concepts here, very few concepts, and then I'll end with sharing activities. We're not going to go in details to those activities. We're going to mention them. That is like the what part of the presentation. And then from the weeks that come, we're going to go deeper, which will be on how exactly we achieve, how exactly we do those things, you know? So the first thing that the first concept that I want to talk about is the difference between what it is and what what it does, the difference between those two things. What makes a great salesperson, what will make you great at selling our products, is when you start to understand the difference between what it is and what it does. What is aloe vera gel? Aloe vera gel is a pure aloe vera product. It has 200 compounds, there are 12 vitamins, there are minerals. You know, the aloe vera that was grown for 4 years, it was harvested by hand. All that is what it is. It's not what it does. And if you want to be good at retailing, your communication, your language should have very little of what it is and have a lot more of what it does. What is C9? C9 is a cleansing program which has got 5 products in it. It has got 2 aloe vera gels, that's got forever. That is what it is. What it does is different. C9 is a program that will help you cut down your cravings. That's what it does. C9 is a program that will jumpstart your weight loss. That is what it does. C9 is a program that will help you with cleansing. That is what it does. So if you're marketing C9 and you spend a lot of time talking about what it is, you know, you're not going to sell well. You need to focus more on what it does. You need to focus more on the benefits that a customer gets when they start to use that product. And as FBOs, we need to fine tune our language, especially when we do videos, when we write messages that we are sending out to people. Make sure your message has a lot more about what it does and not what it is. If it has a lot of what it is, you'll only get people that are already convinced about your product, and all they needed is to see it and say, I want to buy it. And those are not so many. Most of the people, they need more information. They need to learn more. And as marketers, you know, you can't just be posting a picture of the product and saying, wow, I'm so happy with this product called C9. It's really amazing. When you use it, you know, you will not regret. No, that's just what it is. It's not what it does, you know. So we need to fine tune our language. And this is the first concept that I want to talk about, what it is versus what it does. Another concept that I want to talk about is the psychology of selling. The psychology of selling. Now, we have not started to talk about the activities that need to be done. Because when we start to talk about the activities, let's say the product launch, when you're actually doing a product launch, I want you to remember these two concepts. I want you to remember what it is versus what it does, and the psychology of selling. Now, what does the psychology of selling say? Psychology of selling is a way for you to introduce your idea or your product in such a way that before you bring your solution, which is your product, you have kind of made the prospect ready to receive the solution. Most of the times, we are trying to sell ice to an Eskimo. We are trying to sell a product to someone that has not even shown the need for the product, or we have not shown that person, we have not created the demand. Let me use a bad example here. Sorry for this bad example. You know, Corona created a market for our products. Corona created a market for our products. Corona caused hand sanitizers to be out of stock, absorbency to run out of stock. So Corona created that demand. Now, when you're speaking with your prospects, do you speak in a way where you create the demand in that person, or you go straight and giving the solution? Most of the times as FBOs, we go straight into giving a solution. We don't first create in the prospect's mind. We don't create that need for the product. And how to make sure that you create the need, I'm going to share some steps that you should follow. The first one is when you are introducing a product, or always start with a bit of an introduction, which is a little bit of who you are, so that someone kind of connects with you. You want someone to connect with you. And I know this is a part which can be tricky when you want to introduce when you're marketing, let's say a product, let's say you want to create a nice message that you can forward to people that you know, your relatives, people that you know each other. The introduction there now is not I'm Enos Salema. No, an introduction is simply something that will make someone connect with you. An introduction is something that will make someone connect with you. So if I am to let's say I want to market weight loss program, I want to market the C9, and my introduction now is not, hello, my name is Enos Salema. No. My introduction is, I'm someone that has been struggling with weight for so many years. That's my introduction. So that if someone is struggling with weight can connect with me, or if someone knows someone that's struggling with weight can connect with me, that's my introduction. And then the second part of the psychology of selling is the logic. Now, what is logic? Logic is you bringing up something that will make someone say, okay, I agree with that. That makes sense. So if I start with my introduction, you know, I've been struggling with weight loss for a very long time. That's my introduction. And then I come to logic. What will be the logic there? And I know one of the things that today is affecting so many people is obesity. Someone says, okay, yeah, that's true, that makes sense. And so many people are suffering from obesity either because they don't know what is the safe way to lose weight, which way will actually work. Some of them manage to lose weight and gain it all back. You know, all those sentences that you're saying there, they're just building the logic. You're kind of building your case before you actually bring your solution. You're just preparing that person's, you're putting in that person's mind the idea so that that person can be willing to listen better. So you want to have logic there. And then the third step is what we call the attack. Now, what is attack? Attack is when you say something that will make someone feel like, I'm in trouble, I need help. I'm in trouble, I need help. Now, this is a crucial part of the psychology of selling, the attack part. It's crucial because if you don't attack, you make someone sees like there is an issue somewhere, but I'm safe. It's not an issue to me. So if I'm marketing a weight loss program, I've done my introduction, when I'm attacking, I will attack that person, but maybe that person is not trying to lose weight right now. So I will attack people around that person as well. I'll attack that person that I don't know, maybe you're one of the people that are struggling right now with weight loss and that's putting your life in danger. If not you, I bet there's someone that you care for. There's someone in your family that's probably in a position that needs help right now. You are attacking that person. What you want is someone who feels like, okay, I'm in trouble here. I need help. And then you bring your solution. Now, look at that arrangement there. And what I know most of the times what we do, because we want to get the money quickly, most of the times we jump straight into the solution. Most of the times is, hello, how are you? My name is Enos, and I'm actually campaigning this month on how people can lose weight. You know, we've got this amazing program that people can use to lose weight, You're giving the solution. You're not sure if that person is ready to listen to that solution. Not sure if that person needs the product. And even if that person doesn't need the product, you have not really opened that person's mind so that the person can be receptive of the information that you're going to give. So if you follow the psychology of selling, and once you get used to it, I'm telling you, it's going to be super, super straightforward. And you realize that it is so easy and it's used, you know, politicians do this. Politicians, they're good. They always use the psychology of selling. They always do that. If you listen to politicians in the parliament, they will always use that. You know, they will introduce themselves. They will do a nice introduction. They'll do something logical, like, you know, Mr. You know, Honorable so-and-so, you know, one of the things that we see is that we're having this challenge right now. The economy is doing this and this and this. Now, looking at where we are right now, you also, everybody here in this parliament, each one of you can contribute to the solution. And if you don't do anything, you are the ones that are going to take the country down. They kind of attack. And then they bring their solution. They never go straight with the solution. So use the psychology of selling. And the more you use it, you know, the better you get used to it, and the easier it will be on each and every product that you're trying to make. So when you're creating your marketing messages, when you're creating videos, you know, always remember the psychology of selling. You know, go through those steps before you go to the solution. And when you're offering the solution, remember what it is versus what it does. Remember, when you're giving the solution, make sure it's a lot more about what it does rather than what it is. And then finally, you're gonna handle objections, and then it will be the end. So those are the 5 steps that I wanted to talk about on the psychology of selling. And I know they are crucial, and I know they're vital, and I know they're important. And all of this is just to make sure that you have properly prepared your mind on how exactly you're going to be retailing. So these concepts, what it is versus what it does, and the psychology of selling, they are crucial. And I want you to be remembering them every time you're picking up an activity that you want to focus on for retailing. Always remember this. Now, in order for you to be a master at retailing, you have to know, do I really have a retailing strategy? Most people don't have a retailing strategy. Most people, they confuse between goals and strategy. If you say my retailing strategy is to retail 4cc, or my retailing strategy is I want to make 7,000 kwacha, or I want to retail 5C9s, I want to retail 10 aloe vera gels, that's not a retailing strategy. Those are goals. Those are goals. A strategy is different. A strategy is about what activities do you need to do so that you can retail 4cc, so that you can make the 7,000 kwacha, so that you can sell the 5C9. The activities is where the strategy is. The activities is what will bring the goals. And when you want to master retailing, if you want to really have a good, powerful retailing strategy, select the product that you want to focus on, and select the activity or the method that you want to use on marketing that product. I would like to give an example of somewhere in the past, don't even remember, it was 2 years ago or so. I decided to sell liquid soap. Back then it was the hand and face. You know, I decided to sell those, and I wanted to sell 4cc of the hand soap. So what I did is I did my target that, okay, I need to sell I need to sell at least 2 a day in order for me to reach my 4cc retailing. Those were all goals. Now came the strategy. Now the strategy was, which activity can I use to make sure that I can sell 2 hand soap per day? And I did something simple. I decided that I'm just gonna call 5 of my friends every day and introduce them to the hand soap. When I'm introducing them to the hand soap, what do I use? I use the psychology of selling. So I have the psychology of selling as a way to introduce my product, and I have my strategy that I'm gonna call 5 of my friends. It has to be, you know, a strategy can't be I'm gonna call people. No, I'm gonna call 5 of my friends each and every day. It's very clear and straightforward. It's a strategy. That way, I was selling 2 soaps a day, and 2 soaps a day is definitely 4ccs. All right. So crucial, very, 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 very important. Okay. Make sure that you follow the psychology of selling, and make sure that you have the strategy, and just keep practicing it. You know, recraft your marketing messages, recraft your audios, recraft your videos, so that they go alongside on what the psychology of selling is. And I feel why people sometimes fear retailing is because they've not prepared. They've not prepared. If you have prepared, you know exactly what you're going to say, you know how to say it, then definitely you're not going to fear. If you want your team to retail a lot, you know, make them comfortable with knowing what is it that they have to say. When they know exactly what they have to say, I'm telling you, they're going to sell a lot. They're going to retail like crazy. Now, you need to develop now your retailing strategy. And I'm going to very, very quickly put down activities that you can actually have on your retailing strategy. And at this point, we're not going to go through these activities on this training. I'm just mentioning them there. And I want you to take a screenshot of these activities. And what I want you to do at the end of the day is make your retailing strategy. Make your own retailing strategy. And what I would like you to do, and I know the 80-20 rule always applies, I want you to decide of these activities that I've mentioned there. There's a launch, and launch can be online or offline. If you're like Tanzania right now, life is back to normal. From July, all schools will be open, so you can even do offline. If you're still on lockdown, then you can do online. So I want you to decide how many launches do you want to do, whether it's going to be on weekly basis or monthly basis. How many PAPs are you going to do? You know, we recommend if PAP is one of the strategy that you've picked, then make sure you do at least 2 to 3 PAPs per week. It's very important to make sure that you have attached the correct number. How many one-to-ones with products are you going to do? Maybe on daily basis. And if you're on lockdown, you can do a WhatsApp video one-on-one with someone. You can do that. I did that with someone, and it was very, 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 very interesting, because I recruited this lady, and she had someone that wanted to know more about C9. And I said, okay, this is my time for me to practice this. So we did would that be a 3-way? No, that would be a 3-way video conference with WhatsApp. I just put my phone on the stand. I called the lady, so all of the 3 of us were on that video call, and I was explaining C9 to her prospect, and she was there listening. So one-to-ones with products, they can even go online. How many people per day? This is the part, the 3 to 10 contacts a day. So I was doing 5 per day, telling people, introducing people. A date is a day per day, introducing people to the hands up when I was doing my focus on that one. Maybe you want to do tabletops, you want to attend events, you want to be in networking events. You need to put a number to it. Like, how many tabletops events do you want to do on monthly basis? Are you going to have your table twice a month, or it's going to be every week? You need to have a number. You know, if you have a page that's dedicated to your products, you know, how many times do you want to post? You know, it maybe might need to post 5 times a day. You know, WhatsApp statuses. How many times do you want to put a WhatsApp status? You've heard from Velia here, by just putting a WhatsApp status of tooth gel, she ended up selling 2 perfumes and a couple of other stuffs until she said it a tear. So WhatsApp statuses, are you using that? What about Facebook ads? If you're using Facebook ads, how often is your ad running on daily basis? Is it only from Friday to Sunday? There's a guy who was selling a lot of products. So his strategy was very simple. From Monday to Friday, he was interacting with people in Facebook groups, and he would send a message to over 30, sometimes 50 Facebook groups each and every day, from Monday till Friday. Now that's a strategy that every day I'm gonna send this message, which has been nicely created using the psychology of selling. I'm gonna send these messages to 50 Facebook groups on every day, Monday to Friday. And then when it reaches Friday, I'm doing my Facebook ad, because I know over the weekend, Facebook ads perform the best. So from Friday to Sunday, Facebook ad. Come Monday again. That was his strategy. And whenever you're creating a strategy, make sure your strategy has more than one activity. You can't just have a strategy of only Facebook ads, no matter how exciting Facebook ads can be, but you might have a Facebook ad running for 2 weeks and not sell a product. We've had people that did Facebook ads the whole month and did not sell anything. They still had to pay for those ads. And later on, of course, it paid off very well. But it's always best to have more than one activity running at the same time. What about using influencers page? How many people do you want to be marketing products for you? I mean, there are people with, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers on their Instagram, and they do it for business. You pay them and they market the products for you. Is that one of your strategy? Because if it is, you need to start looking for those people so that you can be able to market your products. What about regular customers? Your regular customers, do you have a day? Do you have a day? Now I want you to pay attention to this. Do you have a day? Do you have a day, a specific day that is dedicated for you to calling your customers, so that they can introduce you to other people, so that you can get referrals for them? Because if you don't have a day, most of the times you will be calling your customers by chance. But if you know Thursday is my day, because it's TBT, so I'm going back to my old customer. Thursday is my day for me to call all my old customers so that I can get more customers through them. Do you do flyers? If you're doing flyers, you need to do 100 to 500 a week. If you're doing flyers and you're doing 100 in a month, I mean, that's like making one call in 3 weeks. You know, you're not gonna make, not really gonna reap the results. There's a lot of local advertising opportunities. There are malls that you can actually put your advert there. I remember we were doing a C9 challenge, and I had put my advert on malls, and I got people asking me. None of them bought the C9, but the advert worked because they reached out to me. I mean, are you maximizing on local advertising? I mean, almost every country has these um, magazines that you can actually put in your small ads, sometimes for free. In Tanzania, we have a couple where you can put your small ad for free. If you want a bigger one, then you can pay, use those. And when you're putting up that ad, you remember what it is versus what it does, to make sure that if someone reads that ad, if you're marketing Garcinia Plus, you don't want to say uh, Garcinia Cambodia, an amazing fruit. No, 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 no. Are you bothered with cravings? That is about what it does. Here is a solution. That is about what it does. So I want you to think really. I know there are more strategies perhaps that I've not even mentioned here. And what we're going to do from next week is we're going to be going deeper into these strategies. Each week, we'll pick a few of these strategies, we'll pick a few of these activities, and we'll have people that are good on those activities. And unfortunately, I can't really know all of them. So I've been asking around, and I really want your cooperation on this. If you know there's someone who is good in any of these activities, please reach out to me, let me know, so that we can be able to make sure that person is featured on the training that are coming from next week when we go deeper into these strategies. What I want you to do today before you sleep is pick the activities that you want to focus on, pick the products that you want to focus on, and then decide which activities are you going to be doing on daily basis, on weekly basis, and on monthly basis. Pick the activities. Once you pick the activities, and I would love you to share with me. Now, you sharing with me, I might comment, I might put in my inputs, I might just say congratulations, because I know the most important thing is to get started. The most important thing is not to have the perfect plan. No, the most important thing is to get started. So I want to challenge you, share with me. If you're too tired this evening, then at least before the end of tomorrow, share with me on my WhatsApp that, Enos, this is what I've decided as my retailing strategy. And then you can also put in your retailing goals as well, that I'm expecting to make this much money, and maybe what you're gonna do with that money. Get excited with that, because if you don't get excited with that, I mean, retailing won't be fun, because sometimes when we see retailing as a way to build a huge business, it's difficult to get it really in your mind quickly. But when you have that goal that you're working on this month, and that goal can be achieved through retailing. You want to buy a Series 5 iWatch, $500+, that can be achieved by just retailing 4cc's. So why not go for it? And it's important to remind yourself of the 4cc profits. I've put in some estimate figures here in Zambian kwacha. ZK there is Zambian kwacha. I've put in some estimate figures there. As an assistant supervisor, 4cc retailing will give you about 6,500. 6,500 kwacha. Now tell me, what can you do with an extra 6,500 kwacha on monthly basis? What if you put aside that money for 3 months, for 4 months? What can you do with it? We still have 7 months before we finish the year. What if you put aside that money every month for the next 7 months? How will your Christmas be? How will your December be? When it's January and people are paying school fees and everybody is complaining, saying January is doing so, January is a tough month, you won't be complaining. Just retailing. Now look at the managers. If a manager retails 4cc, the money is amazing. And for you to get these profits, you have to sell at the SRP, at the suggested retail price. Never, ever give discount. I never give discount. I can give a free product, okay. I can give a discount if I'm selling to my late dad. Okay, I can't sell to my late dad or late mom anymore. But if I was selling to him or her, I could give that. That's understandable. I mean, it's human. But your customers, and then what happens when they start to refer you to other customers? You're going to have to cut down the price again to them. When are you going to realize this profit? And that's how sometimes you find an FBO always being recognized with 4cc's, but that person is so sad, not making money. You look at that person, you see a lot of frustrations in that person, because this person is not selling at the suggested retail price. If you meet someone and saying, I got somebody else just yesterday, no, yesterday or today, yesterday, I met a guy and he actually, he bumped, I don't know if how he got to me, he searched for forever living products and for some reason, my name showed up. So I didn't even look for him. He looked for me. He was hospitalized, and the patient that he was hospitalized with gave him the testimony of aloe vera gel. He said aloe vera gel is good, but for some reason that patient gave a manager price, to that person. When that person came to me, and I told the person the price, the first thing was like, no, that price is high. I said, no, these are the official prices. I showed the price, official prices. And what I did, because he came all the way, looked, I said, okay, you know what I'm gonna do, because he bought 2 aloe vera gels and 1 multi-marker. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give you this 1 free tooth gel. This 1 free tooth gel, this is worth about $10+. This one is coming to you for free. You can give free products if you feel like you really wanna, spoil someone, or you just wanna, kind of hold that person. But I do not want to change the price, because what will happen if that person brings me another customer? If I had lowered the price, it means I'll always be lowering the price. And our products prices are just perfect. Perfect. Our products are not expensive, guys. They are perfect. As a matter of fact, extremely affordable. We have a choice. We have a choice to either look at this as a price issue or as a cost issue. Something might be cheap, but it might cost you a lot. And some things might be pricey. The price might be higher, but they might not cost you as much. How many times did you opt to go for a cheaper option and you ended up having to go back to the pricier option? How many times did you have to do that? How many times did you want to buy a gadget and you say, no, I'm not going to go for this one. I'm going to go for the cheaper option. And then you went for the cheaper option and the gadget didn't work. And then you still went back and bought the expensive one. Our products, the prices are just perfect. And you should feel proud talking about these products. And maybe next week we'll have an opportunity to hear a lot of products testimonies so that you can have the pride to go out there and introduce people to our products. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow FBOs, we are in business to make money, and we should never forget that. The first line in the mission statement of Forever is, we will make a profitable environment. Make sure your business is profitable. We are not in a business of chasing CCs. We are not in a business of just finishing 4 CCs. No, we're in a business of making money. If you fail to do 4 CC, you should be sad. Not just you failed to do 4 CC, you should be sad that you missed 6,500 kwacha or maybe 8,000 kwacha in that particular month, simply because you failed to retail 4 CC. And why most people fail to retail 4 CC is because they don't have a plan. They don't have a strategy. They get to panic when it's 1 week before the month closes, and they're trying to do whatever it takes to make sure that they finish. But if you had planned better from the beginning, I bet you could have smashed and enjoyed this money. So I hope this training has just given, as just being an appetizer for you to seeing the need and the importance to make sure that you master your retailing. And the coming weeks, we're gonna go deeper now into the activities, so that we make sure that not only do we just know that it's important to retail, but we also know exactly how to do it. And today, I just wanted to make sure we are all clear on why it is important to master retailing, specifically 4CC retailing. And I hope we've done well on that. So we have come to the end of our training, and we're going to meet again next Tuesday, same time, 8 p.m. Zambian time or Malawian time, or 9 p.m. Tanzanian time, depending where you are. Botswana, I'm not sure of your time zone. So we're going to meet again the same time next week, where we want to go deeper now into some of the activities, and I'll have maybe two or three, or maybe one person who is really good at an activity, sharing exactly how that person does. If someone is good at videos, then that person is going to be sharing how they do it. If someone is good at Facebook ads, they're going to show us the actual ads that they put, the budget that they put, how many days in a month do they run the ad. They're going to go deeper. They're going to be talking about how exactly they interact with customers when they look for them, because we really want to make sure the training is as practical as possible. So today was just to, to appetize you on why it's so important to make sure that you retail your 4 CCs. And the good thing, today is just the 16th. So you have time to actually finish your 4CCs. And I hope and pray everybody that will participate, on this webinar, will actually finish their 4CCs. I've eaten 10 extra minutes of your time because we're talking about money, and money is so exciting. So thank you all so very much, and have an amazing, amazing, amazing evening. Thank you very much. Someone just said beer shops don't discount. Thank you very much. Nobody even asks for discounts when they're buying beers. Thank you very much. Have a great night, leaders.